Hey there, thanks for joining us on this fine May 7th, if you're watching as soon as this video comes out, for Roll for Crits Kickstarter Pick Starters, where we drop into Kickstarter and try to look for the most interesting and cool Kickstarter games for you to back. Whenever there's a big trend, everything's got to get on that horse, and board games are no exception. We finally entered the Battle Royale style with Last One Standing. In this game, you'll either be playing by yourself and trying to kill everyone and be the last one standing, or if you want to be in teams, in paired duos. This plays a lot like most of the other Last One Standing games, where you will drop in randomly on a randomly generated map, get different gear, and the map may or may not destroy certain parts instead of a striking blue force field wall. You can tell by the art this is definitely more towards a younger age, more closer to Fortnite than PUBG, but same still concept. I do find that interesting. It says 10 and up, and this is a game about like very gun violence and stuff, and blowing up on islands and everything.
Well, to be fair, all the kids love Hunger Games, and that's what that series is, right? So.
Is that also 10 and up, though? Is the movie E for everyone?
No, but they definitely love it. I mean, it's definitely...
No, I'm not saying why kids shouldn't love it, just more of the rating. It's the rating system I find interesting.
Hey, Avengers movies are PG-13 too, you know what I mean? Everything's violent these days for these darn kids. I don't know anything about these video games.
Full disclosure, I don't think either of us have played any Battle Royale games. But I do think this is an interesting pick because, as we said, Battle Royale has become such a big thing in video games. To see it move over into board games, one, just to see how whether this has lasting power in board games too. And two, maybe this could be a good way for you to be like, if you knew someone who was a big Fortnite fan, to be like, try this board game out. So that's really the big reason why I think this is worthwhile for attention. This is made by McCastle Games. It's going to go for about $40. Because it's Battle Royale, I'm pretty sure it's already hit its main goal. You can check in the link below.
The Forbidden City comes to us from Game Brewer and Tasty Minstrel Games. This one takes place in China in the year 1570, and you will be taking the place of a Chinese family trying to gain influence and power in the dynasty, the kingdom. I'm not good with my Chinese history, so bear with me here. But essentially, you're going to be playing cards to eventually try to gain a meeting with the emperor. That's your big goal. And to do that, of course, you're going to try to get the most victory points. There's a lot going on in this game. It sort of has the look and feel of a worker placement style game, but basically the board is divided into different locations, and on your turn you will be playing a card that represents a different gift, and depending on where you put that gift and what its value is will determine what action you get to take. So for example, there's a track that moves you up closer to actually getting to meet the emperor. You have to use that or you can't win the game. But there's other things you can do, for instance, like helping build the Great Wall of China itself, and other cool things like that will get you various different points in different ways, and you have to kind of decide, where am I focusing my energies on? What should I try to compete with other people in or not? And depending on which gifts you play and when determines the gifts that you get back into your hand for the next round. So there's sort of a back and forth between the players of what you can do and see. This just looks like an interesting game, like I said, with a lot going on. It's kind of a busy board, but it seems like I liked it because you can't really pin down, at least I couldn't, exactly what genre it is, exactly what mechanic it is. Like I said, it kind of seems like a worker placement. It's kind of a hand management thing, but it just seemed interesting, and I like when it's interesting choices of, oh, you can do this location or whatever.
It's also interesting, and as you said, like there's a lot of different choices you can do, but in the end, remember, if you forget that one track, you're in trouble.
There's one thing you gotta do. And this one is up right now for $48. So if you want to find that city, it's Forbidden.
I believe that's actually a real place in China.
It's true.
It's not lost.
It's based on real stuff. I made it sound like it's lost, but it's just Forbidden.
You know, nothing ruins a good day at the zoo than all the animals getting out and harassing all the attendees. However, unlike in Jurassic World, where half the people probably get eaten, in Zoo Break, when the animals break out, you'll actually be playing as the staff, trying to get them back in before too many escape. There are actually different groups of animals and each act differently, so you have to act appropriately. For example, the rhino will charge. Snakes are sort of hidden, so you have to find where they actually are. The monkeys are going to annoy you and steal your stuff. Tigers are, well, they're tigers are going to attack you. And pandas will hug you, which is adorable, but annoying. So the point of the game is you have to work together to try to get the animals back in their cage and lock the doors. It looks very cute and fun and very silly. This comes from Sunday Club Games, not one of those crazy big ones. This isn't a CMON game. But definitely, if you have like younger kids, this I think is something to look at and sort of a fun cooperative game. It goes for $45 and something just so cute and silly.
Get those animals back in their cages. Here's a unique take on the role-playing game genre called BFF, Best Friends Forever. It's a role-playing game in which you take on the roles of young girls in school, teenage girls basically, who are best friends forever. It's a simulator of kind of like going to slumber parties, hanging out at the mall, going to school, going to camp, all kinds of different things. It's from the company Heart of the Deernicorn, who also did another game called, I believe, Fall of Magic, this is based on that system. And it's sort of a more free-form RPG that has a very adorable art style where you have a little character. You also get charms that determine the things about you that people like. And you exchange cards with ideas for scenes. And on your turn, or in everybody's turn, you choose a location, you go there, and you just kind of act out a scene involving these cards. So it's sort of a role-playing, but less on the strict side like D&D, more of the improvisational kind of game. And I really like the idea, I like when I see RPGs that are very different settings.
No, that's definitely really cool, and especially also when it's not just, all right, I'm swinging a different sword.
Right. Yeah, this is not that. It's way out there. And the fact that this
is backstabbing you.
Yeah, there's so many RPGs that are like, not games that young girls would want to play ever, most of them at least. Now I'm going to offend people because maybe there are some. I don't, every girl is special.
At the very least, this isn't just that game where it says, we included a plastic phone so you can hear the boyfriend say some corny lines.
Yeah, this is a game that, like, if you have a daughter or niece who's not interested in these games, you could maybe introduce them to this world, which is really cool and special. And it sounds like it could be fun just for anybody, no matter what gender or age you are.
That way you can connect with those cool kids and show them that you're hip.
Yeah.
Am I using that lingo right?
You really are.
I do have one question, though, about this.
Yeah.
What's a Deernicorn?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Okay.
So the digital version of the game is $20, or you can get the whole kit and caboodle physical style for $50. And I really do like the art. It's a cool, cartoony style.
Oh, it fits perfectly.
Yeah, let's check that one out.
It's time that we hit the seas with tricky tides. In this game, you'll each be controlling ships, and you'll be trying to deliver and gain resources over a certain number of rounds. What's interesting about this is the way you determine turn order as well as movement is actually by a trick-taking process. You'll be playing cards from your hand, so the first player will play a certain suit with a number on it. If you play in that suit, you can keep going around. Whoever plays the highest in that suit gets to become the barrel and move first. However, the cards will also have directions on them. So you may be able to become first in moving and gaining resources on different islands, but you might only be able to move south and southwest, which might be an issue because you want to head east. So it's not just about winning the trick so you can go ahead of someone, you have to think about where I'm going to move. In addition, the game will also come with two sort of modules, events and monsters, so you can actually play with monsters on the field and events, such as one of the ones I thought was hilarious is the world is round, in which you can actually go off the board and go to the other side, Pac-Man style. But the monsters, pretty much your suits of the cards are the monsters. They will have cool effects too, because whoever is like last in the suit will get to choose which monster, like how to control the monster. So like there's a whale which will add resources in certain ones. Shark will actually eat resources off islands. So if you know someone's gonna go for that resource, you're like, nope.
It sounds cool. I like when they, I love trick-taking games, but usually they're so simple and they're just cards. So I like the idea of them adding more twists to it, because we have seen that so much.
And in addition, I totally forgot to mention, you actually have a secret goal in the beginning. And on each island, you can either grab resources or deliver a resource. It'll be like three green cubes and a white one, and it'll have a monster symbol on it. And your secret goal will tell you want the whale will give you 3 points at the end of the game. So there's also this secret, like, I see you're going for a lot of whales.
That's going to be me.
But so definitely check this game out if you're interested in a trick game, but as you said, something with a bit more complexity to it. Or if you just like sea monsters like I do, that's what caught my eye initially, then give it a look.
As usual, you can find links to all these picks in the description below. Back the ones you like. Let us know if there's something that we missed. Until our next Kickstarter week, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Will.
And this has been Roll for Crit.
Don't forget to click that like button and, of course, subscribe for even more excellent videos.
I subscribed and now I'm rich.